Welcome to the one-stop tutorial on understanding your bill and payment. One-stop provides assistance in the key areas of billing, registration, and financial assistance. In today's tutorial, I will be discussing important topics including the Federal Educational Rights and Privacy Act, commonly referred to as FERPA, understanding and viewing your account, and the various options for payment. FERPA is a federal law that protects the privacy of student education records, both financial and academic. Students can grant access to others to view their financial and academic records. This can include a parent, guardian, friend, relative, or any other designated person. This applies to students once they have registered for classes, regardless of age, and continues even after the student's graduation. Without this access, the one-stop would not be able to discuss information regarding the student's bill, balance or payments, class schedule, grades, financial assistance including their requirements and awards, or housing and meal plans. Students can select what an authorized user has access to view. For example, a student may choose to grant access to their bill, but not to view their grades. Students will be able to grant access to authorized users by logging into the One-Stop website. Once logged in, on the left-hand side of the page under Take Action, select Shared Access to Personal Records. Select the plus box next to Instructions for Students to Grant Access to Student Records and follow the directions provided. Select Add Additional People and enter the student's email address. The student will then be able to add important identifying information about the individuals they are adding to the account. This is also where students will be able to specify what information, such as grades, schedule, and bill, authorized users are able to access. Please note, students can remove access at any time. Once a student provides the information on an individual they are granting account access to, the student will be prompted to provide a valid and current email address for that individual. The individual being granted access will receive an email which contains instructions for setting up a password and directions on logging into My One-Stop. This must be completed within 72 hours of receiving the email. If an authorized user has been granted access and needs to reset their password, please visit the login screen and select Login Help. I'll show you later where that is located. Now that I have reviewed FERPA and how to grant authorized users access to your information, I'd like to discuss making payments. In this section, I will discuss payment tips, payment options, how to make a payment, how to pay as a guest payer, a payer not being granted FERPA access, and payment plan options. Fall semester bills will be due early August. Students will receive an email to their miamioh.edu email address when their e-bill is ready to view. Authorized viewers will also receive an email notification at the email provided when access was granted by the student. Students and authorized viewers will be sent e-bills monthly as additional charges are assessed. Failure to pay the tuition bill by the due dates may result in late fees being assessed, registration holds, and the eventual cancellation of classes. If the student is experiencing difficulty in paying their bill, payment plans are available. Throughout the semester, there may be additional fees that accrue on a student's account. These fees can include student health service charges, library fines, and parking fines. Students and authorized users will be notified of these additional charges through monthly e-bill notifications. There are many different forms of payments accepted. The One-Stop is pleased to offer a secure online service to pay your bill by e-check, electronic check, MasterCard, Visa, Discover, and American Express. The One-Stop also accepts the following international credit cards: BC Card, China Union Pay, Diners Club, and JCB. If paying with a credit card, a convenience fee will be charged. Please be sure to read the rates and terms. If the student's bill will be paid through a 529 college savings plan, the account holder must notify the 529 plan administrator to transfer the requested funds to Miami University. If the 529 plan does not cover the entire balance, the student will be expected to pay the remaining balance by the bill due date. For international students, Miami University has partnered with Flywire, formerly Peer Transfer, to streamline the tuition payment process. With Flywire, students are offered favorable foreign exchange rates, allowing payment in their home currency. The One Stop also accepts payment from outside scholarships. Miami University will apply these funds directly to the student's account, except in those cases where the conditions of the award prohibit this action. If the student receives the check and it is made out to the student and Miami University, they should first endorse the check and then bring it to a one-stop location, or students can also mail the check. GI bills and post 9/11 payments will automatically be dispersed onto the student accounts if all requirements have been met. Cash payments are not accepted. However, checks or money orders are accepted. Now that I have discussed payment options and due dates, let's take some time to discuss how to make payments as a student, an authorized user, or a guest payer. When visiting the One Stop website, miamioh.edu/onestop, select the Make a Payment tab. Once selected, it will show students options on how to make payments. Selecting the plus symbol before each section will give additional instructions on making different types of payments. I've covered several already, but let's emphasize a few additional methods. Students and authorized users can make payments through My One Stop. Once payment is made, students will receive an email confirming the payment. A guest payer can also make a payment. This is for those who do not have authorization to view the bill. A login or password is not required. However, a guest payer must know the student's banner ID and the amount due. Please note, the system will not provide this information to the guest payer. Through a partnership with Tuition Management Systems, or TMS, payment plans allow families to budget each semester's bill over a period of 3 or 4 consecutive months. With monthly payment plan options, families incur a nominal enrollment fee and there is no interest charges. Enrollment does not require a credit check. Payment plans can be made for fall and spring semesters. Plans are not available for summer or winter terms. The first payment for the 4-month payment plan is due on July 20th and the enrollment fee is $40. The first payment for the 3-month payment plan is due on August 20th, and the enrollment fee is $45. Students should be enrolled in a payment plan prior to the billing due date to avoid any late fees or cancellation of classes. If the student's account balance changes, they can update their payment plan either by contacting TMS or via the My Account option from My One Stop Bill and Account Information. Payment plans can be increased or decreased as needed due to additional charges or payments made directly to Miami University. Miami University does not directly report any charges to a student's account to TMS. For more information on payment plan options, please visit miamioh.edu/payment plan. To speak with a TMS representative, call 1-800-258-9128. Next, I will discuss how to log in to view the bill using My One Stop, understanding the bill, and enroll in Red Hawk refunds for students anticipating a credit balance on their account. On the One Stop website, please select the Login tab to begin. A prompt will appear to enter the student's unique ID and password, or, for authorized users, the email address and password previously created. Passwords can be reset by selecting the Login Help link. Once logged into My One Stop, Users will have the option to view their account by selecting the plus sign next to My Account. Here is an example of the two versions of My One Stop. The one on the left is what students will see once logged into the site. The right is what authorized users will see. Authorized users will see the name of all students that have granted them access. In order to view the bill, select View Balance. After selecting the View Balance tab, students will be directed to the TMS portal. This may take a moment and students will see a spinning circle. Once the bill page is loaded, it will show a summary of charges. The balance also includes any pending aid. Please note, only aid authorized through Miami University will be displayed. This does not include outside scholarships, private loans, or 529 payments. Students can view a line-by-line detail of the bill by selecting the Account Activity tab next to the Summary tab. The bill will also include a student's housing and meal plan charges, as well as moolah. Please contact the Office of Housing Options, Meals and Events, known as the Home Office, with any questions or concerns about these charges at 513-529-5000. In order to make a payment or set up a payment plan, students need to select Box 6. If students have a credit on their account, it will be reflected in parentheses in the total amount due. Red Hawk Refunds is an option available to all students, but is not used by Miami University until a credit is available on the account. Students are encouraged to set up Red Hawk Refunds. This will give the option for students to specify a bank account, savings, or checking, where Miami can direct deposit any credit balance due to the student. Parents or guardians will not receive any credits to the student's account, no matter how many payments they may have made. If students want the credit to go directly to the parent or guardian's account, they can use the parent's account information on Red Hawk Refunds. Parents are unable to sign up for Red Hawk Refunds to receive credits from Parent Plus loans. Parents who want refunds for Parent Plus loans can indicate on the Plus application they would like the refund sent to the student. If this option is checked, the student will receive the refund deposited in the account they specified. Once enrolled with Red Hawk Refunds, students do not need to re-enroll for future semesters, but will need to make sure the account information remains current. To enroll in Red Hawk Refunds, please visit miamioh.edu/redhawkrefunds. As I close, I'd like to thank you for viewing this tutorial. There's a lot of information covered, and I don't expect you to grasp everything right away. That is why the One Stop is here. Please feel free to contact our office anytime during business hours. Monday through Fridays, 7:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time during the summer, and 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time during the school year. The One Stop is also available for questions via email at onestop@miamioh.edu. Lastly, please visit the One Stop website. This is an excellent resource for those who are unable to contact or visit our office. Much of the information covered in this tutorial can be found by visiting the One Stop website at miamioh.edu/onestop.